Welcome to a day in my life as a Twitter employee. So this past week went to SF for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just soak everything in. What a blessing. Also started my morning off with an iced matcha from the Purge. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got ready for lunch. Look how delicious this food looks. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Played some foosball with my friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat.
Jesse, how have you been?
I've been...
Great, I'm back, and you're fired. Hello all, no need to run, your fates have already been sealed. Hello, nice to see you. Who's your best client?
Jesus.
Where are you, Davies?
I'm already packing to save myself the indignity.
That's too bad.
Orange, Jesus Christ! You lost your mind, Ori?
Hello there. My name is Tony Fernandez. My pronouns are he, she, and they. And up until today, I ran one of the content moderation teams at Twitter. In retaliation for the videos I made directed at Elon Musk, this morning I was fired from Twitter. He called me into his office and then fired me without even doing a land acknowledgement. This was the kind of violence I warned would occur. Plus, he doesn't wear a mask indoors. It's just so horrible. He also walked into the office Wednesday carrying a white sink, which was clearly a dog whistle to all of his white supremacist supporters. I saw a tweet today with over 4,000 retweets that just said there's only two genders.
Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of NeoUnrealist. We're going to talk about today the Twitter Purge has arrived. Yes, that the day of the dog. Oh my lord. Elon Musk Thanos snapping what we think about half of the Twitter workforce today. It's amazing. How did we get to this point where apparently, Elon Musk saw the Babylon Bee. If you remember, the Babylon Bee got banned on Twitter, and he said, "That's not right." Here we are. Whoever is responsible for that decision, tipped over the first domino that winds up with getting half the company fired. So imagine that, but. Just look at this here. Twitter employees react to being Thanos snapped as half of workers fired. I mean, that's a great headline. I mean, Twitter employees have been speaking out on the social media app after learning they've likely been fired. So Thursday, Twitter, now owned by Elon Musk, announced it begin mass layoffs on Friday, and I guess they announced they're going to do this over email because they have so many firings to do, and they're like, hey, we're going to send everyone an email. If you get an email on your Twitter account, you're probably fine. But if we send an email to your personal account, that means you're fired. Let's see how this went down. On Thursday evening, Ruman Chowdhury, yes, the guy, we saw him on that nice montage I introed this video with, listed on LinkedIn as a Twitter director of machine learning ethics, posted a photograph of her failing to sign in to her Twitter email with an error message revealing your password was changed less than an hour ago. So here's that image there. Oh yeah, I'm sure that was quite unnerving. Let's see here. She later added, "It's already started. Just had the honor of being Thanos snapped." Chowdhury referencing a scene in the 2018 Marvel movie Avengers Infinity War, when protagonist Thanos snaps his fingers, causing half of all life in the universe to disintegrate. So yeah, that's happening right now as we speak. It's probably 5 a.m. there, so it's gonna happen all day today. But some Twitter staff say they were locked out of their company's Slack and email accounts the evening before mass layoffs were due to be announced. So they got they got some warning that this was the day of reckoning. Twitter expected to announce layoffs of up to 50% of the company's workforce on Friday. This is like this is basically the Purge. Elon going through there, just whacking. Well, actually, to be technical about it, I think he said they're going to close the office today. They didn't want people in, and they're just going to fire people via email. So they don't even have that. They don't even have that. But listen, Elon said it himself. He said that since he's taken over Twitter, he discovered that there are like 10 managers for everyone that actually writes code at Twitter, and that just can't be. I mean, clearly there's a lot of bloat. I'm sure he's going to take a scythe to the diversity, equity, and inclusion department there. What does he need that for? He needs diversity, equity, and inclusion staff like he needs a hole in the head. He's just going to go in there. He's going to get rid of all the non-producing staff, all the non-technical people, all the administrative staff. I'm sure he's going to whittle down to like the skeleton crew, just basically people to keep basic HR running. He doesn't want these people telling him how to run the company. That's what he spent $44 billion to do. So anyway, let's see here. Simon Balmain, senior community manager for Twitter in the UK, wrote in a tweet at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday that he'd been remotely logged out of his work laptop and removed from Slack. So look at that, he was working at the time. They got remotely logged out. Balmain told the BBC he was awake when his access was blocked because he was working Los Angeles hours. A Twitter user who described himself as an employee replied to Balmain's tweet to say they were also cut off from work platforms. Oh, was this a Twitter conversation going on? Let's see here. So this is the Simon Balmain in the over at Twitter in the UK. And here's the reply. Hey, same thing happened to me as well. Sending you a hug. We can go through this. Unbelievable. Another a purported Twitter employee posted a similar photo of their account login page not accepting their password. Let's see what that looked like. Solid way to find out you lost your job. Hi, Samasia. Your password was changed less than an hour ago. Oh, it's a glorious day at Twitter. Let's see. More than 1,000 Twitter staff had been cut from the company's workforce by around 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday, according to staff and messages obtained by insiders Kaylee Hayes. The layoffs affected employees around the world, from the U.S. to the U.K. to Singapore. About 3,700 people were selected to be laid off, around 50% of Twitter's workforce, Insider previously reported. And Twitter didn't immediately respond to Insider's request for comment made outside of United States business hours. Okay. So Would it surprise you to learn that there's already a lawsuit over this? Yes. Twitter sued over layoffs days after Elon Musk purchase. A lawsuit was filed against Twitter on Thursday, alleging the social media company, now headed by Elon Musk, violated federal and state law that requires 60 days notice of mass layoffs, according to a court document. Yes, California has a law that employers, I believe, of more than 50 employees must notify them at least 60 days prior to a mass layoff. And come on, Elon Musk, he's been a major employer in California for years. I'm sure he's well aware of the California law. I'm sure he has an HR department. For the most part, we're talking about, 60 days back pay. There's a fine involved, but I'm sure that he already took that into account. He didn't do this willy-nilly. Please. Suit filed in U.S. District Court in San Francisco names 5 current or former workers as plaintiffs, one of whom we was told he was terminated effective Tuesday, according to the lawsuit. It names Twitter as the defendant. 3 other staff members have been locked out of their Twitter accounts as of Thursday with no formal notice of a layoff, which they interpret to mean they will lose their jobs, according to the lawsuit. So, that'll be in court. But, good luck. I mean, the bottom line is, this is not unique to Twitter. Big tech is just right now going through downsizing. Here's the New York Times report, from yesterday. A host of tech companies announced hiring freezes and job cuts. Amazon said it was pausing corporate hiring, while Lyft and Stripe said they were cutting jobs. Not just Amazon, Lyft, and Stripe. Let's delve into this. Amazon said senior executive decided this week to pause incremental corporate hiring because the economy was in an uncertain place. The move added to a freeze from last month, when the e-commerce giant halted corporate and technology hiring in its retail business for the rest of the year. So, Amazon, basically one of the largest businesses on the planet, they're not hiring anybody. But when they do that, it generally means they're looking to cut by via attrition. I mean, if you don't hire anybody over a long enough timeline, people leave the company. They retire, they quit, they get another job. So that's basically downsizing through attrition. At the same time, Lyft said it would cut 13% of its employees, or about 650 of its 5,000 workers. So Stripe, also a payment processing platform, I'm sure you're all familiar with Stripe, said it would cut 14% of its employees, roughly 1,100 jobs. Tech giants, including Meta, yes, that's the holding company for Facebook, they announced that they were going to slow down hiring for several months. And then you have smaller tech companies like Robinhood and Coinbase, they've announced layoffs. So all on the same day, all these companies announced hiring freezes, pauses, layoffs, what have you. It is an overall day of reckoning. The Twitter purge is upon us, people. And, it's an interesting thing to watch. Well, hope you got your popcorn out. I know I do.
I am inevitable.